lecture. Right. And so ndokune master file redu rine. So the first thing you are coming here, say for example, tatinema students edu. Imimi as the administrator who is administering my students' databases, or you are the person in charge of student administration, you are going to add the information here, right? As you can see, Zimbabwe Institute of Computerized Accounting, class of 2021 student database. So we have got student number 1, Pauline, student number 2, Benedict. So ndikauya panapa ndika student number 3, Brenton. And if I come pakanzi VLOOKUP panapa ndoti student number 3, inondipa information ya Brenton, student number 3, Brenton. It will throw Brenton for me, who is said to be on level 3 and doing pastel partner with 1,200 patch credit. So this is Brenton. Arguita level 3 on the level here, and arguita pastel partner and the information. All we are doing is to present this voluminous data in a summarized approach. And it's wonderful, wonderful. So the first thing, muchasha is my basic skills and to come up with basarakanaka kudai. So ndo pachaita header redu rine color corporate color zvakanaka toita heading yedu zvakanaka. So mukatunzira ma answer asi arikutatidza kuti Excel skills aisati yabatwa. Muchashamisika nema marks yenyu, because we will also be looking at the ability to really present work yenyu muchishandisa ma skills Excel at the highest level. Then header redu tabata underline pazasapa to say this is our header. Handiti katapa ipapo tabata zoya tikaisa my headings edu kunewe ku block. You remember ndichi emphasize all this, right? Like this, right? Tabata ya panapa tabata tanga kuti student number 1, their first name, the level, the program, and their balance. Then going down maybe to the same class going down. So if there are 500 students and it across the country or across the region, you can actually tabulate or add all the information in this master file. I want to believe this any one of us can do this. Then so allow me to then come here. How then do we then summarize and present the work in a lookup like this? Right, so this is VLOOKUP. Trautanga VLOOKUP. And it irikutarisa information vertically. So the word V here means vertically or row. Inonge tarisa vertically. The word H here means horizontally. And it right. Excellent, excellent. So ndraku visa ma formulas edari panapa. Can you see closely? Go closely and see. This is the formula. I did this. Ndakangoya ndikati equals. So in ndakauya kumsoro kuno kuti banango gadzira start company. Always don't ever give us an answer sheet risina header, because whatever you are giving us, kana muri exam or any work ya muri submit to your examiners and to your lecturers, muri submit information iri ku represent what you are going to do kana makubasa. So what we see panezva mune matipa tiri kuti ndo zvamuri kundopa mabosses enyu, and we are going to be very particular with that until we are sure that we have trained people who acquire enough skills that can carry the job and do the job, right? So tiri kutaisa start company. Apana report ramunoita risina start company. Tobosangana nevamwe anotipa report raari kutipa iye kuchikoro ristorina even a company name, but the question paper yakatoisa company name ari kutoverenga pa question paper pane company name, iye ari kungondotangira kungonyonyora answer yake just down. That's not correct. Then kana mapedza mama mazoti the heading, what is this? This is a student detail search and it engine. Then this one is where the search cell yedu yachaenda kundo searcha the information. So whatever we going to use to search, can I search by name? It means it's no instructor the formula yedu kuti search by name. Then is ndango type is bandango endo this comment takadzidza about comments, you remember so this is just a comment to instruct, because munhu anenge asina all this information because haana all this. Saka tira kuinstructor what we need. This guy achashandisa this thing, all he needs to do is to simply come here and add the student number. Are we together? All right, I trust we are together. Murikundinzwa loud and clear as I preaching from here. Okay, so izvi ndapedza ndomagadzira muta murinyatsogadzirawo a proper header, a proper size, proper everything. Don't just type out. Then after doing that, you are going to have after doing that, just a minute. Right, so formula yedu izi zvindangogadzira ndini. I'm back. Izi ndindangogadzira izvi to say information yamuri kuda kuita pull from the master file. Maybe all this information yakawandisa pamwe mune mamwe macolumns ane information imi muda kungopula yamuri kuda chete. So you are not forced to pull information yese. So all you want is the student name. Maybe I can change to say student name like this, then student level, then the program and the balance due on account. This is what you are after. No information very fast each time. Maybe a student walks in the office, your balance yangu, your information maybe you want this is a subject, this is a subject, and maybe you want to say akapasa 86%, 24%, and the decision rule proceed. You want that information alone. We can so the whole thing is being so let's come here. So this is my formula. Brenton equals V lookup. That's the formula. Opening bracket B4. And B4 is this one. Let me take back some stuff. Let me take back this. Sorry, view, not grid line, but the headings. All right. So this is your B4. This is B from here. B4. It means this one. So that's the first lookup reference. We call it lookup reference. Cell ya muri kuti mukataipa ndeipi, this one. Muhamati range kubapa muhamati range iri kutarisa information from which range? From the range E pakanzi master file VA5 to E20. Here I come here, right? A5 panapa kubapana A5 panapa going down to E30 wedu kusvika panapa. We are looking for, in other words, we are saying this whole range ndo patida kutsvaga information. So I put this whole range. Then I come back again. Tovatati susu. What's the instruction? So Truguti type in B4 the search reference and look in this array or range panapa. In this array, yegushika pana A5 master file A5 to E30. Then look in, retain the name from the column vertically, column number 2. This is column number 1 where we are getting the reference, the search reference. Then column number 2 here, this is where we get to say, give me the name of the student from column number 2. So I'll put 2 here. ndabva ndaisa 2 wangu panapa handitika then ndabva ndati comma 0 retain a 0 if this student does not exist or this student number does not exist in our database. Just throw an error or a 0 if this student number does not exist. Then we say enter like this. Ndoma wanire ataita these numbers. So I'm going to clear all these. All this so that we start all over together. Imimi ndichakusenderai just the master files only after this lecture. Mondo ndigadzirirawo ma VLOOKUP ne each lookup akafana nangu kana ari better than mine. Anditika then in practice then you come. Right, before I put the formula, mukona panapa pa formula bar, there is no formula anymore. So chero ndikachinja student number panapa, ndika student number 7. Hapana secha throw chero ndika student number 12. Hapana because I've since removed the formula. Anditika wonderful. So the first thing, mukawea panapa maka clear, mukawea panapa makati clear the contents. Pasina chinu panapa, mukaisa formula panapa. The formula is gonna retain a 0. Since you know kuti muda kushandisa criteria ipi kunoku ku left kunoku vertically kwakaiswa chi murow munompe kutanga ndo yatinoti search value. So the search values enyu ma student numbers. You can choose to have the search values in student name or level whatever zvamunoda kuita intangoti student number ndo yatoda kusearcha nayo. So let me come here and just pick the first student number. Ndotanga ndati Z57001. Right, just a moment. Just a moment. Right, I'm back. So you come, you put that. That's the first thing. The second thing, together. Let's do this together. If you're writing notes, may you take this formula. You say equals VLOOKUP. VLOOKUP opening bracket. And it got VLOOKUP opening bracket. As you can see, lookup value and it is this. It's actually B. I can just click here and say B4. B4. In other words, I'm saying look in B4. Ndika type something in B4. Look and type information in a lookup reference here B4 comma. So you remember my comma in my case is this one. It's not the comma, which might be different from you. Then where am I getting the information? From this master file. So I come here and highlight this whole thing. Highlight this whole thing. Right? There you are. Formula yedu ya kuno iyo. Toba dati futi comma. Anditika. Moba mati mimi. Right? From this master file, ndirikutsaga first name cannot name. Name ririmu column number ani. It's in column number 2. Column number 1 mune lookup reference. Column number 2 ndo mune information ya tiri kutsaga. Then you say column number 2. Then you say comma again. In the event that you didn't get this this student number, then retain an error to say, so we put a 0 to say, proceed to retain an error to say that student number does not exist in our database. Then you say enter. Wonderful. Atina student number 1 here. Right, excellent, excellent. Student number, okay. Right, so as you can see, confirm we are still together. Confirm we are still together. Yes, so by raising your hand to confirm you are still with me. Right, Akuzwa, thank you. Right, my student numbers edu aneka stroke maona my student numbers edu zvakaita aneka z stroke saka tikasazvinyora correctly but iri kutsvaga student number ine z stroke 57. So it has thrown an error because my student number yanga isina this and so let's have this dash and say enter. Now the student are student number under the search of student name or the column student name is Baulin. If I am going to change and say student number 8, then Tipa Maniere. If I am going to change to student number 12, it will give us Placidis. And so we can copy this formula, but take note, mukakopa this formula, aifanane mamwe atinombokopa inoda kuzondogadziriswa. So I'm going to copy this formula, right click, these my basic functions. These are my basic functions. At this level, unofananga all basic functions. My basic function, then it becomes very difficult for you. So with the basic function, you are going to paste the formula only so that you don't affect the rest. So you throw out these errors. Tudakuziva level in a Placidis. Tudakuziva program in a Placidis. And tudakuziva the balance due in the per account ya Placidis. So to do this, let's just have a look. Let's have a look. And Panaplacidis, Muchandi Batiro Panapa B4, and the reference is B4 because at Nangetaka local formula. I'm going to train you or show you how to look your formulas as we proceed. Kuti move so it has moved. You are coming down to find out it's not every formula. Basic formulas are also, but certain formulas. Then you come and say range here is A5 to E30. That's the range or table of array. Then tobatati isusu panapa tobatati 2, but isusu uzoda inotera inenge apa 3, inotera end up 4 and 0. So I'm gonna come here and do the same. Panapa tati B pa move to B5 by mistake because of movement because I end up at Zasi. So we're saying B4. Then the table of array or the range is actually A5 to A30 to E30 rather. And this time the column yedu yapa number 3, level yedu iripa row number 3. Then we say enter like this. We do the same to this one. Toti B4 tobatati A5 to E30 tobatati ya column number 4. And I'm aware ndikuziya imene makatarisa. Then tobataenda the last one trakona balance. Yeah, this lady, and we come and say B5 A5 to E30 on column number 2, 3, 4, 5. Tapa column number 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think. Then we go down. Then it's not column number 5. What's on column number 5? What column number is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Column number 5. And student number what? That's student number 12. Let's see what's on student number 12, 8,400. Wonderful. Let's go back. B4 rather, sorry. This is where my error is. B4 rather. And we come here and we say enter. So then it means this thing is up and running and done. Tobatando hide everything else. Let's see, how do I move this? Maybe we come here and hide everything. So let's hide everything. We come, hide everything. Then we have we had everything like this. Right, excellent. Then takuchitongo shandisa the like this, and we say maybe student number 13. We have tafadzwa. And Tafazko I have is on level 2, Architect Executive Diploma with no balance on account. Then this thing is now working. We can actually choose another student number 19. We have Brother Timothy, who is doing Executive Diploma on level number 2 now, who is with 3.6 thousand on account. This is how the VLOOKUP works. Ndokumbirawo mibvunzo. Please talk to me. Ndokumbirawo mibvunzo. Any questions? Any questions? Questions? Can I assume kuti zviri kubatika zvakanaka? Hello? Can I assume kuti muri kuzvibata? Brother Francis, you want to say something? Brother Francis?
Yeah, so I think but we need more practice. Maybe next week,
Wonderful. I hear you. I hear you. Thank you. So anyone else? Anyone else? We are not going to move very zakanyanya. I think tasarwa need 3-4 minutes. And so I'm trying to put time and pure. But so ndrango show the H lookup very fast. Then you're going to practice. As soon after this lecture, write the 2 master files and dinamo. Monday and Ramu handout and send right and start pick zirimo. Mondo ndi practice all this one. But mimi kubasa mchange mchizo shandisa the scenario irikitika kubasa kwenyu. And also like I said, much of zvatiri kudzidza ku Excel, unlike kunana QuickBooks nekunana Pastel. Kunana QuickBooks nena Pastel, there are standards where you are required to post certain items in certain ledgers and chart of accounts. But izvi zvatiri kuita zvese, hakuna 99% of your bosses are not even aware that they require you to do this. So imimi ndimuri kutondo implement. So don't think utapedza kuita all this, but chandoperera we're still going deeper and deeper. So kwa chandoperera taenda further. Hapana kwamucha require or kwamucha bvunzwa otoda unless mukasangana na someone akaita semi akambozviita and who is looking forward to have a subordinate anozvinzwisisa. So we're going to try out practically at work. Don't worry. Murikutoenda pabasa mongondovhura rimwe sheet. The master file renyu rinenge riripo. Try something else on a separate sheet. It doesn't affect anything. It affects basa renyu. Try kuti if we present work yedu iri grouped, if you present work yedu in a hyperlink, if you present work yedu in a whatever lookup, if you present work yedu in whatever, and find out if someone will appreciate the work, even yourself or anyone who amuru kushanda naye, then tatanga ku add value in an organization and will be appreciated. Right, to close the lecture, I'm just going to go fast to the H lookup. H lookup, just ndicharegedza kuita everything. I'm simply going to ndichangoita pa 1 the formula so that mimi muone formula yedu. What's happening? Okay, here I am. So ndichangoya ndongoisa formula yangu panapa. Mukona, this is the formula. The formula yakanzi equals H. This time is an H now, not a V. Chichi ndikuita kuti paite V muziye kuti munoda V erika kuti munoda H. Mukapiwa information ne subordinate yenyu. Maybe the subordinate has prepared this financial statement. And imimi as the boss, ndimi muda kutora financial statement rapiripiwa na junior wenye clerk. And you want to present this in a report, in a meeting, or anywhere, present the information, and you choose the lookup as a presentation model you want to use. So, mukapiwa this information, the lookup reference, imimi muda kundo type zita the branch, or the zita re branch or store. Now the information yaiswa horizontally, anditi ndizo h horizontally. Unlike time here yatanga taona kuti tida kundotypa tiri kundosearcha ne student number iri vertically ndo chete pane issue yedu. So mukaona information ye search value yamuri kuda iri ku vertical, then it means muri kushandisa vertical lookup. Mukaona information yesamuda kutsvaga information yamuda kutsvaga iri horizontally, then muri kushandisa horizontal lookup. I think ipapo ndinenge ndaparidza wapo. Right, wonderful. That's the only difference. Hapana zvimwe zvese zvakafanana in every aspect. So allow me to delete this number. Allow me to delete or clear this number, here 26,000. I'm going to come back and say equals H lookup, then opening bracket, and it fanana tobatati reference cell, and it got this one, the B4, like we did in the view lookup. Tobatati comma, totaga range. Where is the range? Where the worksheet in a range? Monoti information you track from here. From A5 to E12. This is the range. And now our formula is here. Then you come and say comma. More matter the column number. So revenue ndo ya muda kutsvaga muda kuona revenue first sheet yemutare group. So you come here and say column number 1 par range yedu, column number 1 par range yedu ine mazita, column number 2 ine currents, column number 3 is empty. So column number 4, then you throw column number 4. Then not column rather, but row number, forgive me, row number. Then you say 0 to say throw 0 if that particular branch is not available. Then you say enter. Oh, forgive me. What have I done? Oh, comma. Here, this computer, that comma is different. So take note of that. Panama computers are information. Mukona 26,000 wangu abauya. Now the formula yangu is working. So if I choose to say group results, pakanzi group results. So I come and say the group results. Maybe ndapedza ku report on every other 10 minutes. Yes, will be done. Ndapedza ku report on every other branch. Ndakuda ku report on the consolidated results. The consolidated results for the business. Okay. Chakaita 61 million and 26 million in cost of sale, and a GP of 35,000, operating expenses of 17,000, and an EBIT of 17,000 again. Wonderful. I want to trust kuti tambo dzidza zvatadzidza taita v lookup ne each lookup. Muchandendera notes menyu munonditarisirawo the match lookup, munonditarisirawo the besides the match, monitor through the other two asara, and the compo, the match combined to the index. The index match compo lookup. Monty try that next week. So Tina sister Tracy and sister and brother who's here. Tawira not sister Tracy and brother who. Let me take note of, and brother Taku, is it brother or sister Takudzwa? Jimmy Murupenda kunotichirawo ma formula zeda aya MS formula amboramba aya. Right? Then Tina brother Francis and Mr. Mazonde. Jimmy kunotichirawo V lookup. Brother Francis and Mr. Mazonde murukundisirawo V lookup. Then Sister Rutendo. Is it Sister Rutendo? Ndungona zita, forgive me. Rutendo and Pauline. Jimuchanonditirawo the H lookup. The H lookup and the test taenda kundoita try out the match and index and offset lookups. Muchanonditirawo the next week tikuya. Sister Tracy and partner over presenter work yavo. Then Brother Francis and Mr. Mazondo present aweke, Sister Rutendo and Sister Paulino present the Lookup yavo. Then to proceed takadaro. Then as munhu wese achange akandoita zvandiri. So what I'm going to do is just soon after, in the next 2-3 minutes, ndichange ndakusendera in the group the Excel template rine these 2 master files. All I want from you kuti mundipe something like this. Mese mchando try, then tozo present one nevanhu vandapika kuti vauye kuzoti present rao. Then motipawo something like this from just the master files. Any questions? The lecture has come to an end. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? May I take this to mean that we don't have any questions and we are okay? Kana paine any question maku practice azvichanga zviri kuoma munongoenda mu group re level 1 kana rakanzi quick books. Let's talk about it imurimo imomo, then I will be responding and other students will be responding too during the week until we meet again next week Sunday. Have a good weekend. I will end the lecture now. Thank you.